Dave Llewellyn is out and about in Dearborn Heights, one of those spots that really has it tough sometimes with the creek rises back there. What's going on, Dave, with the flood-prone area, and what are people doing to get ready?
Well, Dave, we had last hour rain here, and it has stopped for the moment, but certainly anytime it rains, it gets everyone's attention in this neighborhood. We're on Currier Street, and two houses have been demolished here in recent months, and it's just the start of the city's new effort to solve the flooding problem in this area. For residents on Hanover and Currier streets, it's an all too common occurrence. The deluge of water last June and July flooded these streets again and many basements. Kyle Moore has been luckier than some of his neighbors. He told me over his fence today his basement last flooded in 2014, but he still does all he can to prepare.
Got everything graded to that 2014 level, so I think I can withstand. If we get an inch or two, I think I should be okay, but and I think a lot of the other neighbors are in the same boat.
Moore grew up in this neighborhood and now owns his childhood home. How closely do you pay attention to the forecast now, given the history
I was
here?
Just on the phone with my buddy, and I said, I got the alert on the phone that flood advisory or warning, and so I start looking on the radar right away, you know. And but I think we'll be okay.
Across the street, Dawn Berry is renting her home. She took me to the backyard to show me the steps she is taking in hopes of keeping her basement dry. And it includes inflatable sandbags.
You stack them up so high, and then the water from the creek will sometimes come through and come down into my steps. And that's how water gets into my basement, because from the creek it comes in this way, and then if it gets from the street it comes in this way too. Yeah. So, and then it goes into the door.
Ecorse Creek overrunning its banks is a major part of the issue here. The city is working on short-term and long-term fixes, but it takes time, money, and cooperation with county, state, and federal governments.
Trying to buy as many homes as we can off the Ecorse Creek, the flood area, demolish them, and potentially we have with our city engineer, we're going to try to do some type of basin or retention, in that area. So try to maybe see if we can widen that creek, or try to deviate the water into that area where the homes used to be.
And there is sediment buildup in the creek. Tree branches are down in certain areas as well, and vegetative growth needs to be cleared away. A drone went up recently to survey the length of the creek, part of the long-term planning for a fix. The immediate problem, though, for homeowners remains, and that's dealing with floodwaters and the devastation that follows when the heavy rains come. A lot of people nervous in this neighborhood. Again, fingers crossed that there isn't the kind of downpour that leads to all that trouble. We'll see in the next, 12 to 18 hours. Carolyn?
A lot of people certainly hoping for the best, Dave, because if you've ever dealt with flooding, you know how much of a headache it can be. Thank you so much, Dave. Talk to you in a bit.